Hey everyone, SORROWANGIE is here. In today's video, I want to talk about the game's difficulty. Without a doubt, I think this video is going to be a short one, but I really hope I can get people discussing because I think it's a great subject when it comes to Doom, and let's just talk about it. Id Software already confirmed there is a nightmare difficulty, but what's interesting is they say the game is so hard that it only takes one hit from an enemy to get you killed. To be honest, I think it is kind of over exaggerating. I think they're trying to say there are enemies that can instantly kill you, which is really fine, but the whole idea of having enemies just killing you instantly would be stupid. It defeats the whole purpose of controlling health and armor, so I highly doubt the game will be like that. I always thought the ultra-violence difficulty from the classic games has been well balanced, and it just feels right for a game like Doom. Nightmare has always been considered as a joke for most classic Doom players because it's just too random, not balanced enough to the player versus the monsters, and it's just not fun because of respawning enemies. They really limit your playing style too. Doom 3's Nightmare difficulty was interesting because it's actually more like ultra-violence from the classic games where it's more fair and reasonable, but I never really liked playing Nightmare on Doom 3 because it just felt kind of weird that you start off with a soul cube and that's pretty much your main source of getting health points with the health station. And yes, it's just really weird for a hardest difficulty. And obviously you got the amped up damage and the fact you're constantly losing health until you're at 25 HP. This might be a surprise for some people because I know some people mistaken Doom 3's Nightmare difficulty for being a one-hit kill type of experience because on the first level you'll slowly lose health until you're at 25 HP, and I guess it scared some people off. But the Soul Cube was basically the item you would have right off the bat to compensate the degeneration of your health. My dream Nightmare difficulty for the new Doom would basically be more like ultra violence, something that makes the game fun and excites you. I also feel like this game should really step up the difficulty compared to Rage. Rage was such a joke on the hardest difficulty, and personally, I just feel like shooters are kind of getting too mainstream. I played Halo 5 on Legendary, and I didn't really think it was that bad, other than, some parts, but there were these hard parts where I just felt like they weren't really well designed in terms of difficulty balance, if you get what I mean. With that said, I really hope there isn't anything that feels annoyingly cheap because that can totally ruin replayability. I really liked how Uber difficulty from the New Order or Old Blood, it was so well balanced and it was fun at the same time where it encourages me to play it again rather than like, yes, I finally beat this part after getting lucky and now I'm never going to touch this part again. That's a good example of artificial difficulty or just bad balance between the player and the game. I loved how Plutonia really tried to make players rethink or relearn the way they play the game, and I actually rather have Nightmare difficulty to be unlocked after you beat the second hardest difficulty because I want this difficulty to really let me relearn and rethink from what I've experienced on the second hardest difficulty. I think having this method will make the hardest difficulty more of a richer experience, if you would say. I think that's all I gotta say. I don't know how Nightmare difficulty is going to be in terms of like the gameplay experience. Like, are we gonna fight more enemies similar to the old games? Because I think it's safe to say the damage boost from the enemies seems like it's gonna be, included, since that's just what a lot of shooters are doing nowadays for like higher difficulty changes. So with that said, are the enemies going to be more spongier to kill? Are we gonna have special difficulty changes like on map 30 from Doom 2? Basically, if you played anything lower than ultra violence, you get 4 invulnerabilities nearby the rocket ammo pillar, but on ultra violence or nightmare difficulty, you get none at all. And that's all I gotta say. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more, people.